What does a tall building have to keep it from falling? A foundation. Most of us have played with Legos before in our lives. You know that in order to stack them tall, you need to put down the big blocks before the little blocks. So case studies need a strong foundation as well to create a credible and solid case. So through my interviews and sourced articles, I plan to show you research that is sound. When cheating occurs, women will construct stories of their partner, themselves, and other women in an attempt to understand the act. Today I will be talking about my case context, give a little of my own personal background with this subject, go into detail about my participants and the type of data I will be collecting. Finally, I will tell you how I plan to analyze my findings. Let's talk about the first point, the case context. So infidelity is the most frequently cited cause of divorce and is described by couple therapists as among the most difficult problems to treat, and this is according to Casimir in 2017. Cheating can be detrimental to a relationship, and in the cases I will be interviewing, it was. So they're no longer together. I am listening to women construct stories of their partner and compare stories about the other women. So most of us know someone who has dealt with this issue or has experienced this firsthand. I have personally experienced cheating in a previous relationship and noticed how I would make theories for his behavior. When reading articles about this behavior, I noticed there was a lack of information regarding this matter. So according to our text by Hancock and Algazine in 2017, basically I will be conducting a qualitative research study. So qualitative studies are if little is known about the issue and deeper knowledge is desirable. So for my case study, I will be using the ethnographic approach. So this type of approach is perfect for my study because investigating values and attitudes that structure the behavior of the group. The words investigating attitudes that structure behavior align with my communication theory that I have chosen. My theory looks into why people justify the reasoning behind the behavior of cheating, thus this is an appropriate approach. This case study is important because there is limited communication sources about how cheating can affect the way a woman views herself, her partner, and the other woman in the midst of the experience. The participants of my study will be women who are recruited from email messages and Facebook. I am in search of women who were in a heterosexual relationship when cheating occurred. These women are no longer in the relationship. I will be conducting an interview about the experience of being cheated on, how they viewed their partners before, during, and after. These participants will also have a chance to talk about the experiences that they had with the other woman and how they would compare their story to the partner. So you've heard about my case context, personal narrative, and type of case. So let's talk about how I plan to gather the data. We have all asked someone a series of questions before, which is what I plan on doing with my participants. So according to Cavell in 1996, the personal interaction in the interview affects the interviewee, and the knowledge produced by the interview affects our understanding of the human situation. So I will be conducting my data from my interviews. These interviews will be taking place face-to-face, video conferencing, and FaceTime. During this interview, I will be taking observational notes. These interviews will then be transcribed, and then the audio will be destroyed. I will also be reviewing peer-reviewed articles to support my claim and relevance to my theory. So we talked about how we will retrieve the data. Now I will explain how I will analyze it. So let's try to look at this like a puzzle. Each piece is important to the larger picture. So as I conduct my interview, I will be asking the same questions, if applicable, to all the participants. In my study, there will be a lot of compare and contrast. I will look for similarities, if any, in each story told. The similarities could be how they viewed their partner before cheating and how their view changed after. Also, the way they describe the other women, any interaction had with her will also be compared. The severity to the relationship will also be measured between all interviewees. So, in closing, in order for women to understand their partner's unfaithfulness, they will construct stories about their partner, themselves, and the other woman. I have talked about the background of the case, a personal experience of mine, and how I will get the information and what I would do with that data. So, cheating is the cause for most breakups in a relationship. How would you handle this situation?